Hi friends! So welcome to post-hike yoga class. In this class, we're going to focus mostly on stretching. So stretching our hip flexors, stretching the quads, the hamstrings, our outer legs, and also we'll add some chest openers so that we can counter any slouching that we might have done while hiking. I didn't just return from a hike, but I did go on one last week. And as you can probably tell, I have some bruises, some cuts. It was a fun day, but that's what gave me the idea for this class, because after a hike, my legs were super tired. And later on in the evening, we decided to do a little bit of a stretch, similar to the class that I'm going to teach today, and it felt so good. And the following day, my legs didn't hurt. So I find often when I go for a hike, then the day after, or maybe even a day after that, I'm feeling a lot of pain in my legs. But this time, because of the nice stretch that we've done after the hike, that wasn't nearly as bad. So I hope you enjoyed this class. And of course, this class is not just for hikers. It's really good for anybody that feels really tight in their legs and want to give them a little bit of a love, a little bit of a stretch, even after a run, after a long walk, really at any point. When you just feel like stretching your legs, it's a really good class to do. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. So we're going to actually start today's class standing in Tadasana. We're not going to spend a lot of time standing, but we'll take a few minutes to transition onto the floor. I know that your legs are probably tired, but I think this is also going to feel pretty good. So we'll come into Tadasana with our feet hip-width apart, and then align your body. So really lift the kneecaps, neutralize the pelvis. Tighten the core, slightly open across the chest, across the back. Relax the shoulders. Make sure that your head is stacked above the shoulders, above the hips. That are stacked above the ankles. Nice straight line with the body. And then you can relax the arms as well. The palms can turn forward, or you can have them face your body. And then if you can keep your balance here and close your eyes, feel free to do that. We'll spend a few moments just checking in with the body. So taking nice deep breaths. And notice how your body feels. Notice where those achy spots are. Start feeling grounded through your feet. Feeling your body pushing into the ground. At the same time, you're going to feel like somebody's pulling you up by the top of your head, finding lightness as well. Just a couple more breaths here. Gently open your eyes if they were closed. You're going to inhale, bring the arms up above the head. Reach the fingertips up. Then maybe also you'll look up, add a slight back bend here. You have to go deep, engage the glutes and look over as you open your chest up. Inhale, come back to center, and then bring your arms down to the sides to about shoulder level. With an inhale, open the arms even wider. Push the chest forward, maybe gaze up slightly. Exhale, round through the upper back, bring the arms together. Again, inhale, open the arms and your chest, gaze up. Exhale, round. So 2 more. Inhale to open. Exhale, round. Last one, open. And round. Good. This time we're gonna open. And then inhale, bring the arms up again. With an exhale, twist to the right. So bring your right arm behind you towards the left hip and left arm towards the right hip in front of you. And then inhale, come back to center, bring the arms up. Exhale, twist the other way. Right arm goes towards the left, left towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. One more time each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up for one more breath. And exhale, bring your hands through the heart center. And then bring them to your waist. Let's do some hip circles. So we're going to start by pushing the hips forward, to the right, back, left, and forward. You can start with little circles. Add a little bit of a bend into your knees. We'll do about 4 circles going this way. So now we're in circle number 3. And 4. So I've increased the size of my circles with each one, and then we'll go the other direction. Go towards the left, back, right, forward. So making the circles a little bigger. And last, well, actually no, one more after this. And now the last. Good. And come back to center. Now we're going to cross the right leg in front of the left. Bring the insides of the feet together to touch. Gently bend the knees. Inhale, bring the arms up to reach. And then grab the right wrist with the left hand. Another inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bend to the left, opening across the right side of the body. So push the hips to the right. Keep the chest nice and open to the front. Inhale, come up through center, release your clasp of the wrist. With an exhale, bend the knees more. We're going to fold forward. Try to keep the back long as you fold, and then place the hands down on the floor. So forward fold with crossed legs. You should be feeling this. Good, and now let's uncross the legs. So bring the right foot under the right hip, left is under the left. Bend the knees, Uttanasana, maybe fold a little bit deeper. With the next inhale, slide the hands up your legs until they come above the knees onto your thighs. Bring the torso parallel to the floor, and it's nice and long. We'll do some cats and cows here. So with an inhale, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe look up slightly. Exhale, round the back, tailbone goes down towards the floor. And again, inhale, open the chest, tailbone up. Exhale, round the upper back. 2 more sets. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Last one, open. And round. Next, inhale, rise all the way up. Bring the arms up. And exhale, hands come down through heart center to your waist. Switching sides. So now we're going to cross the left leg in front of the right. Bring the outer feet to touch. Inhale, arms reach up. Grab the left wrist with your right hand this time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bend to the right. Shift the hips to the left. Good. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend the knees, more fold forward. Feel this, how the stretch feels on the other side. It's probably a little bit different. And then gently bring the left foot under the left hip, back into that forward fold. And now we'll move on. We'll actually transition lower to the floor now. So with an inhale, lift the torso up, straighten the legs, and then bring your left leg back. Left knee will come down. Finding your low lunge, keep the hands on the floor or the blocks. So you can use the blocks here if you'd like. Open across the chest and your back. Start engaging your inner legs as you're sinking the hips down. So don't just sink down. Keep the hips working a little bit here. So you want to protect all that area, not just sink into it. And then place the left palm firmly onto the floor. Inhale, rise up into a twist. So right arm reaches up. Good. From here, we're going to point the right toes forward. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the ground and roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Coming into a modified side plank. And then with an exhale, you can wiggle that right foot more towards the middle of the mat and then start lowering down until you place your hip down if you can. And then keep reaching your right arm back. Breath here. The next exhale, you're going to push into your left hand and both feet, so the outside edge of the left foot and the right foot. Lift the hips up, and it will come all the way around. So placing the right hand on the floor, right foot will come to an angle as you lower the hips down and come onto the heel of the left foot. Left leg is straight. You can keep the hands on the floor or maybe bring them to heart center. Now if your heel is not touching the floor, feel free to lift the hips up a little bit more. Come onto your hands. One more breath here. And then place the hands down if they're not there already. Walk them towards the front of the mat. Place the left knee back down and come back into your lunge. You can move your right foot forward a bit more if you need to. Inhale, rise up. Again, engaging those hips, scissoring the inner legs. And let's bring the arms to about shoulder level. We'll do the same flow that we did standing here. So inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round the back. Inhale to open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And round. Last one, open. And round. This time you're going to open. And then with an exhale, send the hips back. Come onto the heel of the right foot, straighten the right leg. Again, you can grab the blocks here and place them under your hands if you'd like. If not, hands are on the floor. With an inhale, we lengthen. With an exhale, we'll fold over a little bit deeper. Fold over that right leg. Keep the quad engaged. Keep pushing the right hip back. And now bring your right hand to the inside of the right leg, and your right leg will come over to the side. The toes are pointing forward. Inhale, lift up. And then place your right hand onto your leg. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, slide the right hand down your leg, bend towards the right. Again, keeping your chest open, relax the shoulders. Maybe you look up, gate pose. With the next exhale, bring your left hand down onto the floor, and then both hands will walk over towards the middle and the front of the mat. Place the palms firmly onto the mat. Lift the right leg off the ground and see if you can bend the knee and step it to the outside of the right hand. Moving into a lizard. So you have the option here to keep your toes pointing forward and the knee in line with the ankle. So make sure then your knee doesn't open. Otherwise, you can bring the foot onto an angle, lift the toes, and then come onto the outside edge of the foot to open the hip a bit more. You can stay up on your hands, maybe lower down onto your forearms, maybe blocks. You can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the floor. Gently come up onto your hands again. Bend into your left knee, and if this feels pretty intense, stay here. If you want a little bit more, then start opening the chest to the right, maybe placing your right hand onto your right knee and stay here. Or maybe you grab for your left foot with your right hand. Add a twist to this quad stretch. Holding these poses for about 5 breaths. Let go of the foot. Place your hand down onto the floor and then wiggle your right foot in between the hands. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the ground, step the right foot back, down dog. This is the only down dog, well, we'll do one more, but the only time after that lizard twist, and we'll do a down dog. So take your time to enjoy it. You can pedal your feet, sway your hips, do some side stretches, really anything. Feel free to move. As long as there is no pain, the body is okay with going to the direction you want to go to, then do it. And now from here, come up onto the balls of the feet. And we're going to walk the feet forward towards your hands. So you can stay up on the balls of the feet, or maybe you place the whole foot down, see how that feels. Walk as close towards your hands as you can. And you're back in that forward fold, feel free to bend the knees and fold. Okay, now let's do the other side. So keep the hands on the ground. And now we're going to step the right foot back, place the right knee down. Open across the chest. Toes can stay tucked or you can untuck them, it doesn't matter here. So start engaging those inner thighs as you lower the hips down. And then keep the right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale, lift the left arm up for a twist. Make sure that the right hand is right under the shoulder. Now we're going to point the left toes to the left. Maybe move that left foot more towards the middle of the mat. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, come onto the outside edge of that right foot. Staying here in a modified side plank for one more breath. And then exhale slowly. Lower the hips down. Can all the way, if not, stay where you can, and then reach the arm back. Good. Now let's start preparing to lift up. So you're going to push into your right hand, the outside of the right foot and your left foot to lift the hips up. Place the left hand on the floor. Left foot will come to an angle. You're going to turn all the way towards the other edge of the mat. Come onto the heel of the right foot, and then hands stay down. Maybe you bring them to heart center, You should have a little micro bend on that extended leg just to make sure that you don't hyperextend the knee. And then if your left heel is not touching the floor, lift the hips up. Stay there. 2 more breaths here. And let's walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Pivot the feet as you go. Place the right knee down. Inhale, rise up. Lunge. Inhale, bring the arms to the shoulder level. Next, inhale to open the chest. And exhale to round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Open. Round. Last one, open. And round. You're going to open the arms, and then with an exhale, straighten the left leg, come onto the heel of the left foot. Send the left hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Micro bend on the left knee. And then bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Move the left leg over to the side, toes are pointing forward. Inhale, lift up. Left hand will come to the left leg. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And exhale, bend. Gate pose, sliding your left hand down the leg. Find the stretch on the right side of the body. Actually, you're going to slide that right hand onto the floor and then crisscross your hands until they're on the mat and walk them forward. Lift the left knee off the ground, left foot, and then gently step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Again, option is to keep the foot there or bring it to an angle, lift the toes, roll it to the outside of your foot, and then maybe roll it down to fold. So your back is down, or maybe you lift it up. 2 more breaths. And then place the right knee down, come up onto your hands. Bend the right knee, and then your options are to stay here. To start opening the chest towards the left, placing the left hand onto your left knee. Or maybe you can find your right foot with your left hand. Foot, hand back onto the mat, wiggle your left foot in between the hands, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, step back, down dog. Another couple of breaths here in down dog, enjoy it. And then we're gonna bend the knees. Place them down onto the mat, cross the ankles behind you, and bring your hips back so that you can bring your legs forward. Slide to the middle of your mat, and then bring your right shin so that it's parallel to the floor, to the front edge of the mat, and flex your right foot. From there, we're going to flex the left foot and stack knee to ankle here for a fire log pose. So your right ankle is above, under the left knee, and your left ankle is above the right. So this is probably pretty tense. You can, if you have a lot of room in between your knee and your left knee and your right ankle, you can slide a block under there. First option is to stay upright here. Second option is to bring your hands behind you, work on lengthening the spine and then maybe folding forward a little bit. If you want to fold forward further, you can bring your hands in front of you and and keep folding. Come to that edge, to that spot where you can feel the stretch, feel a little bit of a discomfort, but you can still breathe through it. It's not pain, it's just that feeling of stretching, of just a slight discomfort. If you're holding your breath, then come out of it. So you should be able to really breathe here. Stay here for one more breath. And then inhale, lift up. Keep your right leg where it is. We're going to bring the left leg back behind us for a pigeon. So you may have to bring your right heel in a little bit to be able to square the hips down towards the floor, and then extend your left leg fully. We'll stay upright for a couple of breaths. Really tighten the core, squeeze the glutes a little bit here, and your really hip muscles, so everything is holding you here. And then with an exhale, straight back to lower down. You can come down onto your elbows, maybe stack your forearms on top of each other, place the forehead on top of the hands, or maybe you go all the way down by stretching your legs, your arms forward. Again, we're holding here for about 5 breaths. If you want to stay longer, feel free to pause the video and stay as long as you'd like. And with an inhale, slowly make your way up onto your elbows, then your hands. Place the hands firmly on the floor, wiggle your knee towards the middle, tuck the back toes under, and then slide the right foot forward, right leg back. You can tuck both sets of toes under and come up sitting on your heels. You won't stay here long. Just wanted to stretch your feet a little bit. Okay, let's come forward, untuck your toes, maybe give them a tap. And then bring your knees about mat width apart and sit back onto your heels. We'll do a bit more chest opening here. So you're going to bring the right hand behind you. Inhale, lift the left arm up, lift the hips, push them up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bring the hips down, switch sides. So left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm up and lift the hips. Hips go down, switching sides. Right hand on the floor, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, switch sides. Next inhale, left. Up, down, lift up. Exhale down. One more time each side. And down. And last one. Open and down. Good. Now bring the knees together. Hips will come to either side and legs come forward. Open them nice and wide. Good. So as wide as you can. Flex the toes. If you want, you can sit on a block so you can tilt the pelvis forward, giving you a little bit of a height, a little bit more space to lengthen the low back. Otherwise, we're going to place the right hand onto the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm up, adding a side stretch. So with an exhale, you're going to bend towards the right. Maybe place your right elbow down onto the ground. Oh, I'm so stiff today. And then keep reaching the left hand towards your right foot. Keep the chest open here. The gaze can be down, forward, or up. Make sure that your left sit bone is still on the floor. And next inhale, slowly rise up. We'll do all of that on the other side. So starting with the fire log pose, turn towards the front of the mat and then bring your left shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. Flex the left foot, flex the right foot, and then stack knee to ankle here. Once you have your setup, Inhale, bring the arms behind you, lengthen, and then with an exhale, maybe you start folding forward. Maybe you bring your hands in front of you, fold further. 4 more breaths. Inhale, gently lift up. Now we're going to send that right leg back. Maybe bring your left heel in slightly and then square the hips to the front. So your right leg's coming straight out of the right hip. Engage those muscles around your hips so that you can stay here for a couple more breaths. You shouldn't even be needing to use your hands, but they definitely help here. So engaging the core, the glutes. And exhale, slowly start lowering down, coming onto your elbows, forearms. Stretching out all the way. And inhale, slowly start rising up. Good. Now wiggle the left knee in between the hands. You don't have to tuck your right toes under this time. Just push into your hands, lift the knee, and slide it back. Bring both knees together. And this time we're going to just sit on your heels. If you want a little bit more stretch for the tops of your feet, you'll bring your hands behind you and then gently lift the knees up. Good. If you went for that stretch, then place the knees down, and we'll do that little heart opening flow again. Let's start with the left side. So left hand comes down, inhale, right arm up to the hips. Exhale, bring the hips down. If this feels too much with the knees together, you can open the knees, not lift apart. I'm gonna do that. Left hand down, open the hips, bring the hips down. Right hand down, inhale, open. And down one more time each side. Go to the left. And down. And right. And down. And again here, hips go to either side. And we're coming to the wide-legged seat. So if you were using the block the first time, I encourage you to do that on this side as well. Flex the toes. Make sure your knees and your toes are pointing straight forward. Left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And exhale, bend to the right. So the chest, don't allow the chest to come towards the floor. Keep it open. Keep reaching with the right hand. Grab the foot. You can do that with both hands. But don't make that a goal. It's just if it's there, grab it. But it's more important to keep the chest open and feel the stretch. Not if you can grab the foot or not. And inhale, slowly rise up. And we'll move into a forward fold from here. So again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you drop down onto your elbows. Maybe you're even more flexible than that and you can fold all the way down. Work where you are at today. Or maybe some days you can come down onto your elbows, but today you're just so tight that you can, and that's fine. Make sure that your knees and your toes are still pointing up. Inhale, come up onto your hands, walk your hands towards yourself, and then you can use your hands to help you bend the knees and bring the legs together. From there, we're going to make our way onto the floor. Almost done. So bend your knees, place the soles of the feet on the ground, and then cross your left leg over the right fully. So the thighs are fully touching. Extend the arms to the sides, palms facing down, or you can come into cowboy arms or golf post arms. Push into your right heel, lift the hips, move them towards the left, just a couple of inches. Then lift the right foot off the floor and bring the knees to the right. You can also place your right hand on top of the knees to maybe encourage them to go a little bit deeper. And you can turn your head to the left. Breathe. Inhale, slowly bring the knees back to center. Uncross the legs, shift the hips back in line with the rest of the spine, and we'll switch sides. So crossing the left leg over the right, shifting the hip to the right, slightly lift the left foot, and then exhale, knees to the left. Again, maybe you rest your left hand on top of your knees and turn your head to the right. Bring your head back to center and your knees. Uncross the legs, shift the hips back to center. One last pose. We're going to bend the knees, bring them into your chest, and then point your feet up. Knees are bent. Slide your hands and separate the knees. Slide your hands inside of the knees and see if you can grab the outside of your feet. Or maybe you're holding your shins here. Or happy baby. Whatever works. Add a little rock side to side. I have a knot on my shirt that's pushing into a spot and it doesn't feel really good. So if you have the same, untie your knot and then enjoy the stretch. Keep encouraging the knees to come closer to the floor. At the same time, see if you can guide your tailbone to the ground. Don't let it lift up too much. Breath. And slowly bring the feet together. Keep the knees open. And see if you can bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the fingers. And keep holding the feet. And while you're here, try to open the knees even more as you're pulling your heels towards you. See how that feels. Let go of the feet. Bring the legs to the floor, extend them. Come to your Shavasana. So you can stay here in Shavasana as long as you like. You can let the next video roll to guide you through a relaxation and then about 5-minute Shavasana if you have that time. And as always, from my heart to yours, namaste.